It sure is, man. It sure is. This will, I assume, be a shorter stream because we're just doing that little cast review section. I don't want to go any further than that. Couldn't anyway. I don't have Chapter 4 installed right now. So we'll just be doing that little, what's it called? Like, cast review session. Where we break the fourth wall and they're like, what? What was all that? I'm interested to hear what all these chumps have to say. It's gonna be a good stream for theories and discussion. That's what I was thinking. It'll be kind of a review of everything that happened. We have all the pieces. That's apparently the case. And I really want to piece everything together. Because there are some elements that came back that are back now. Like the footsteps, remember the second pair of footsteps? That was a thing in chapter 1, if I recall. I don't remember it in chapter 2. You'll have to remind me if that happened in chapter 2. I don't believe it did. I know at least it happened in chapter 1 because Keiichi was freaking out and he smashed his door with it. With the bat. He was freaking out at his front door. Yeah, there's a lot. Because theoretically I have the pieces I need to solve the puzzle, which, heads up, a character will tease the next chapter in this, but they're showing chapter 5 and chapter 4 wasn't planned. Okay. I have to question if I've been given all of the pieces I need. That really makes me wonder what the fuck these next several chapters are going to be like. You unheard noise in the storehouse? Yeah. And remember the other Keiichi that apparently was at the festival? Was spotted first thing at the storehouse, which is creepy. A lot of the events parallel things that happened before, but are slightly different. Like the other Keiichi, the one that I don't know what his deal is, but was at the festival when we weren't. He apparently, went along, played all those games with everybody, sat down for Rika's little performance, and if you remember in chapter 2, I was to say that as if you wouldn't remember, you would remember the game better than me. In chapter 2, what happens is Keiichi sits down to watch a performance, and then Shion's like, hey, let's go sneak off and do some bullshit. And Keiichi's like, okay. And that's when we go to the storehouse, and then everything gets fucked. But that Keiichi did not do that. He apparently did not go off with Shion, and stayed and watched Rika's performance, which I don't know the significance of that. But that tells me he didn't get up to the shenanigans that Chapter 2 Keiichi did. I wonder a little bit. We do have no proof there's another Keiichi. This is also true. Because, we never saw him. We also never saw, after the night of the killing, we never actually saw, Sadako's uncle. Never saw him. No. So, there could be something there. Right. There's many possibilities. Many possibilities. But let's just get started. Let's read this damn thing. Yeah, all cast review session. We're going to Angel Mort, I believe.
この度も日暮らしの泣く頃に推たたり殺しを最後までお楽しみいただき誠にありがとうございました。
Thank you very much for enjoying Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 3, Tatare Goroshi.
これまでのシナリオとは少し違う雰囲気でお送りしましたがいかがだったでしょうか。
How did you like it? They had a different sort of atmosphere than the previous chapters.
お楽しみいただけたなら幸いです。
I'd be happy if you enjoyed it. Oh, hey, you. Turn the volume slightly down.
今回も胸のすくようなバッドエンドだったわね。
A bad end again. The type which we're so fond of, huh?
私個人としては大災害が実際に起こった時の惨劇の描写も欲しかったところだけど、みんなの感想も同じかしら？
Personally, I wanted to get a scene of the gas coming in, the villagers spasming and foaming at the mouth one by one before dying. Do you all think so too? No, bruh. No.
そんなわけありませんでしたよ。
Of course I do not think so.
またしても
Again.
またしても
It happened again.
大バッドエンド
A huge bad end. I like these bits because then I just get to pretend that every chapter is just like it's like a movie, and this is the behind the scenes, everyone having fun after filming. I'm not gonna pretend none of it happened.
あれれ
Huh?
バッドエンドって割にはみーちゃんは楽しそうだね。
Michan, you sure seem happy about the bad end.
っていうか、もう笑うしかないってのが本音でしょうね。
Well, it's more like all we can honestly do at this point is laugh. Yeah, Shion. What are you doing here, man?
毎回嫌な終わり方がエスカレートすると思ったら、とうとうここまで行き着いちゃったわけですからね。
The terrible endings have been escalating through each chapter, and it finally reached a culmination, I suppose.
みんな仲良しで死んじゃったのですよ。
Everyone died together as friends.
仲良しなのです。ニパ
As friends, Nipa. She hit it. She hit the Nipa.
そういう見方もあるのかな。
These go away and they answer arcs and are replaced with Ryukishi Yosef telling you to call a suicide hotline if you're depressed. Fuck. Am I not ready for answer arc? I guess you could say that.
毎回死んでる僕はもうごめんだな。
I die every time though, and I'm a little tired of it.
たまには死なずにエンドを迎えたいね。
It'd be nice to have an ending where I didn't die once in a while. Sorry, man. You are the designated first victim.
富武さんって時報みたいな役割なんですよね。
Tomitake-san, you're kind of like a time signal.
富武さんが死んだら、あ、後半戦突入だ
When you die, it's like, oh, we're in the second half now.
みたいな。
Kind of.
さて
Okay.
ではここで今回の会合に改めてご参加いただく皆さんです。
Now here are our guests that debuted in this chapter.
拍手でお迎えください。
We're gonna give a big round of applause.
まずは監督こと入江京介さん。
Here's his coach, Iri Kyosuke-san.
ご紹介に預かりまして光栄です。
I'm honored to have your introduction.
どうもどうも。
Hello there.
脇役だったわけですが、トータルで見てみるとかなり美味しい役だったなぁなんて思ってます。
I was a minor character, but having a full portrait like this makes me feel really important.
本当ですわね。
It's true.
脇役にしては出番もセリフも多すぎで、しかもキャラが強すぎましたよ。
You had too many appearances, too much dialogue, and too strong a role for a minor character.
今後どれだけ出番があるかはわかりませんが、その説は応援よろしくお願いしますね。
I don't know how much I'll get to appear from here on, so please root for me.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much.
では次に我らが担任知恵留美子先生。
Next up is our teacher, Chie-sensei.
皆さんどうもこんにちは。
Hello there, everyone.
いろいろと登場シーンもあったのですが、今回カレー勝負で目立つシーンをいただきまして、
I've appeared in various scenes, and this time I was given that memorable scene, the curry showdown.
カレーをバカにする人は許せません。ええ。
I just can't forgive those who would slight curry. This was her first time getting a Sprite in the OG? I see. She did get a bigger
バカになんて
presence.
していませんよ。
Yes, I wonder.
あ、千恵先生に席を空けてあげてください。
Oh, someone give Chie-sensei a seat, please.
さて、
Okay,
これでとりあえず全員揃ったね。
now everybody is here.
レナ、
Rena,
また乾杯をよろしくね。
you can do the honors again.
では皆さん、
Okay, everyone.
各卓のコップをお持ちになってください。
Please pick up the cup nearest to you on your table.
お飲み物はいろいろありますよ。
There are plenty of different drinks.
本当にお疲れ様会も賑やかになりましたね。
These after parties have really gotten lively.
今何人ぐらいいるんです？
It's also just a huge reference to a Tsukihime character. I see, I wouldn't know. How many do we have here now?
私たちを加えて多分10人くらいはいると思います。
Including us, I think there are about 10 people.
未成年人と成年人の人数比がこれでやっと互角かな。
Now we finally have the same number of minors and
こ
adults.
れで胸を張ってアルコールが飲めるね。
We can all drink without being ashamed.
ビールってなんで冷えてるとあんなに美味しいのに、ぬるくなるとあんなにまずくなるのかしら。
Speaking of beer, how is it that something so delicious when cold turns so bad when warm?
七不思議の一つよね。
One of the 7 wonders of the world, I say.
なんででしょうね。
I wonder why.
さあビールを継ぎますよ。
Okay, I'll pour some beer.
12345
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
あれ大人は6人でしたっけ？
There were 6 adults here.
みー、僕も泡麦茶がいいのです。
I would like the foamy barley tea as well.
リカちゃんもお酒はダメ。
Rika-chan, you can't drink!
ではレナさん、そろそろお願いします。
That's actually a huge teaser to reveal that Rika, she's actually an adult and she's lying about being a little kid. She's LARPing. Anyway, Renaissance, let's get this moving.
はいはい。
Well, okay.
皆さん、ご成長ですわよ。
Can I have everyone's attention, please?
では皆さん、
Alright, everyone.
日暮らしの泣く頃に水、たたり殺し、本当にお疲れ様でした。
Excellent work on the Tataragoroshi chapter.
乾杯。
Cheers!
せーの。
乾杯。
Clap, clap, clap. Yeah, good work, everyone.
さて、
Okay, then.
では毎回恒例の今回のシナリオ議論でもやってみますかね。
Let's get down to our traditional plot discussion.
とは言ったものの、今回のシナリオもケムに巻かれっぱなし。
Still, though, this chapter just confused us yet again.
意見のある方は挙手をお願いしますね。
Well, if anyone has an opinion, please raise your hand.
お、みんな慎重。
Wow, everyone's being so discreet.
挙手ないね。
No hands?
じゃあ私が先陣を切ろうかしら。
Then why don't I break the ice? You scare me.
申し訳ないんだけど、音楽を変えてもらってもいいかしら。
Oh, excuse me. Could you change the music, please?
もう少しミステリアスな感じの。
To something a little more mysterious.
ああ、これがいいわね。
Yeah, that's good.
ムードが出まくりなのです。
Mood has been set.
では、高野さん、お願いします。
Alright, Takano-san, take it away.
多分ね、 たたり殺しのシナリオだけを吟味しても謎は解けないんじゃないかと思うの。
I think that just by poring over the Tataragoroshi story, the mystery won't be revealed.
そりゃ同感だね。
I know what you mean.
ここまで物語が重なれば、そういう仕掛けがあることは明白だしね。
Obviously, that's how the stories have been set up.
そんな仕掛けありましたかしら？
Was there something like that in particular?
これが正しい例かはわからないけど、
I don't know if I'm right.
鬼隠しで前原くんが大石さんとレストランで食事をして、それが園崎さんに知られていて不思議だったってくだりがありますよね。
But in Onikakushi, when Maibara-kun was eating in the restaurant with Uishi-san, Sonozaki-san found out, and it was a little mysterious, right?
鬼隠しだけだと実に不思議な出来事ですけど、綿流しを読めば別に不思議でも何でもないことがわかります。
It was certainly mysterious just in Onikakushi, but after reading Watanagashi, a few things made a lot of sense.
劇中の私が入ったレストランは園崎系列の店だったということですね。
When I mentioned a restaurant with cute uniforms during the story, it must have meant Angel Mort.
園崎一族はこの辺りの飲食店やら何やらを経営しているわけですから。
Angel Mort is owned by the Sonozaki family, so...
で、ケイちゃんの顔を知る者があの店にいて、それを私に伝えたと考えれば比較的筋は通るでしょ。
Someone who knew Kei-chan was there too and told me. That actually makes a good amount of sense, right?
そういうことだね。
That's what we mean.
日暮の物語は微細に異なる場所もありますけど、
There are subtle differences in the Higurashi stories.
大筋の設定においては多分4つのシナリオは共通していると思います。
But I think there are three facets that are the same for each.
例えばキャラクター設定、
Character settings, for example.
鬼隠しのレナは怖い人だけど、それは鬼隠しだけの設定ということじゃなくて、
I was scary in Onikakushi, but that wasn't only because it was Onikakushi.
レナはレナで4つのシナリオに全く変わらない設定で出演しているということですね。
It was because my character was the exact same in all three stories. Is that it?
全く変わらない設定というのは同感。
I agree with the characters being exactly the same.
僕がどのシナリオでも常に同じ場所で同じ死に方をするのはその最たるものだね。
The most extreme case being me dying in the same way in the same place every time. Yeah.
どんな物語になっても必ず同じ日に死にますですよ。
No matter which story it is, you always die on the same day. Everyone's a gangster until he survives chapter 4. Or 5, I don't know.
綿流し編でお祭りの最中に高野さんと富武さんが西宮殿に忍び込む
See, I
という
really
シーン
have...
がありますけど、
I got no frame of reference for how, like, the story is gonna change after we finish this up and get into the answer arcs. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be... Like, are we still doing time loops? Is it gonna be new time loops? Or is chapter 5 gonna be chapter 1, but we're in a different perspective? I don't know. Are we still Keiichi? I don't know. Probably, but I don't know. Or are we doing, it's a new loop every chapter, and it's gonna be 8 loops? There's a scene where during Watanagashi, Takano-san and Tomitake-san sneak into the ritual implement storehouse.
あのシーンも他のシナリオでは描かれなかっただけで起こったことになってるのかもしれませんね。
The same scene may have still happened in the other stories, even though it wasn't portrayed.
なっているそうです。
I think it still happened.
綿流し当日のお天気や部活の内容、里子のおじさんの帰宅など、いくつかのイベントを除けばほとんどが共通するそうです。
Save for a few events, the weather the day of the festival, what we did in the club, and Sadako's uncle coming home, it's almost all the same.
だとすると新しい疑問がいくつか湧きますね。
Which means we have a bunch more questions.
全く同じ環境で語られる物語なのになぜああも違う物語に派生するのか。
If the stories are told in exactly the same environment each time, why do they end up being so different?
一般的なサスペンスアドベンチャーの視点で考えると、 物語が派生する分岐点が存在したってことになりますね。
If you think from the perspective of a general adventure game in the suspense genre, sometimes the story branches depending on choices, right?
綿流しで言うと、お姉に人形を渡した、あるいは渡さなかったというあたり？
So, in Watanagashi, the point where you do or don't give the doll to my sister.
あんな序盤の選択肢1個でバッド確定とは、恐ろしい選択肢だね。
An unavoidable bad end from a choice so early on. That's pretty scary.
では、たたり殺しに話を戻しますと、この場合ですと、おじを殺そうと決意するあたりですかしら。
Well, In Tatori Goroshi, maybe whether you decide to kill the uncle or not.
私はずっとそれ以前、
I think it was way before that.
同居人の女性がトラブルで失踪して、おじがひなみ沢に帰ってくることになったあたりから、もう分岐しちゃってると思うわね。
I think it branched back when the uncle's cohabitant disappeared because of some trouble and he returned to Hinamizawa.
では、一番最初の鬼隠しの分岐はどこなのですか？
Then what was the first branch in Onikakushi?
やはり劇中の私が登場してお社様のたたりに関する連続開始事件のことを話すあたりからだと思いますね。
I think it was when I appeared and started talking about the serial freak death incidents related to Oyashiro-sama's curse.
今思ったんですけれど、
You know, I just thought of something.
ちゃんと圭一さんがミオンさんの気持ちを理解して、
If Keiichi gave the doll to Mion-san,
それで大石さんも私のおじさんも現れなかったら、何も起こらずに平和に過ごせるってことなんじゃありませんの？
and if Uishi-san and my uncle hadn't appeared, would we not have spent our time in peace without anything happening?
へえ、
I see.
さとこにしちゃ本質ズバリじゃないのよ。
Sadako's gotten right to the point.
確かに
You're right.
言えてる。
You could say that again.
じゃあ、この暗い物語は、大石さんとおじさんが現れないことを祈りつつ、
Maybe we should pray Uishi-san and her uncle don't show up in this dark story.
園崎さんのご機嫌を損ねないようにすれば、みんな幸せになれるということなのかしら。
And then if we can prevent Sonozaki-san from getting in a bad mood, everyone will be happy.
おねえ、バッドエンド要員。
Yay, big sis, you're needed for the bad ending.
みんな気をつけてね。
Be careful, everyone.
おねえの機嫌を損ねると、バッドエンド確定ですよ。
If you make my sister mad, you're sure to get a bad end.
何よそれ。
What are you saying?
シオン、
Shion.
あんたには次は容赦なく痛い目見させてやるからね。
Next time I'll make sure to be merciless in the pain I put you through.
泣いた謝ったって許してやるもんか。
You can cry and apologize as much as you like, it won't work.
待てこら
Just you wait.
これまでの物語の謎は全然解けないけど、どうやったらこの物語が大団円で終わるかのグッドエンドの推理はできちゃいましたね。
We can't solve any of the mysteries thus far, but we seem to have put together a plan for how to get the story to end happily.
本当にそれで幸せになれるんでしょうか。
I wonder if that would really make us happy.
大石さんと北条哲平さんの不登場、
Uishi-san and Teppei Hojo-san don't show up.
ミオンさんのお人形の件、
Mion-san gets the doll.
本当にそれさえ気をつければいいんですかね。
Is that all we have to make sure of?
そうそう。
You're right.
みんなは一つ大きな最後を忘れてるよ。
We're all forgetting the most important thing.
ひなみ沢大災害という天災を忘れたかい？
Remember the Great Hinamizawa disaster?
天災は防ぎようがないですわよ。
Cannot prevent natural disasters.
村のみんなにガスマスクを配って引っ越しでもしますの？
Should we have everyone in the village put on gas masks and move away?
あれはきっとお社様のたたりなのです。
It's probably Oyashiro-sama's curse.
だからお社様を怒らせないようにしなければならないのですよ。
So we need to make sure not to make Oyashiro-sama angry.
ははは。
Well, that's a whole nother thing, isn't
や
it?
やこしい話になってきましたね。
This is getting a little tricky.
つまりお社様も怒らせてはダメと。
You mustn't anger Oyashiro-sama, eh?
お社様を怒らせないためにはどうすればいいのでしたっけ？
And what should we do in order to prevent that?
ダムの計画そのものがきっとダメなんでしょうね。
Dam project itself is probably out of the question.
ダム計画がそもそもなければよかったんじゃないでしょうか。
Maybe if there was never a dam project in the first place?
それは難しいわよね。
That would be hard.
だとしたらお怒りになったお社様を鎮める儀式が必要ね。
If it didn't happen, we would need a ritual to quell Oyashiro-sama's anger.
鬼ヶ淵の沼に捧げ物を沈めるあの儀式ですね。
Sinking a sacrifice into the Onigafuchi swamp. A ritual sacrifice.
捧げ物って何をお社様に捧げるって言うんですか？
A sacrifice? Who do we sacrifice?
そりゃあ決まってるでしょ
Come on, use your head.
う。どんな分岐にも関係なく話の流れから脱落が確定している人だよ。
Someone who is destined to drop out from the story no matter what happens. We gonna dump Tomitake?
どうせ死ぬならひなみ沢のための人柱になってもらわなくちゃね。
If he's gonna die anyway, then we may as well have it help out Hinamizawa.
その脱落が確定している人ってやっぱり僕のことかな。
When you say someone who drops out no matter what, you're talking about me, aren't you?
やっぱり二郎さんはこの物語に欠かせない重要な役割の人だと信じてたわ。
I knew all along. I knew you had some very important role in this story, Jiro-san.
お役目を立派に果たしてちょうだいね。
We'll get you to play your part. You are so fucking creepy.
これで今度こそグッドエンドの大団円シナリオの青写真ができましたね。
I like that this time around, we haven't spent pretty much any time recapping what happened, and we're just talking about how can we make sure none of this ever happens again. And with that, we have a blueprint for getting a nice, happy, good ending, don't we?
せっかくだからちょっとやってみましょうか。
Won't be laughing when he saves the day in the last chapter. Tomitake, sweet man. Let's give it a try since we have time.
役者は全員揃ってることですしね。
Everyone involved, come over here. First, we stop Uncle Hojo, whose lover ran out on him from returning to Hinamizawa.
いやー、私が北条おじですよ。
Hiya, my name's Uncle Hojo. He has no portrait, so I'm standing in. Do you think it's possible for them to have a good ending? No.
はいはーい。行き場をなくしてロンリーブルー。
I'm so lonely and blue because my lover ran away.
早くひなみ沢に帰ってさとこちゃんをお持ち帰りしてじっくり教育。未来はご奉仕メイドですよ。
Time to go back to Hinamizawa, lock up Sadako-chan, and haha, raise her into a maidservant.
ではひなみ沢にバイクで帰りますか。
Why don't I take my motorbike back?
キーを入れてカチッと
I'll just put in the key and click.
カチッ。
Click. Kaboom.
成敗
Judgment.
怪人に着せでございますわよ。
The ashes and dust shall you return.
さとこちゃん、火薬の量多すぎじゃないかな。
Sadako-chan, don't you think this was a little too much gunpowder? I hope Coach is alright. Sweat. Next, we stop Uishi from showing up.
今度は私ですか。
We're gonna blow his car up. Me this time?
私の名前はクラウド大石。
My name is Kurado Uishi.
ジャジーでブルースな感じがだいぶイケてるナイスミドルですよ。
A hot, good-looking middle-aged man who looks like a blues singer. No, we're just gonna blow them up.
成敗なのです。
Judgment for you.
そして忘れちゃいけないのがお姉へのアフターフォロ
And, lest we forget, a follow-up service for my sister.
ささ、おね
Come here, big sis.
え、かわいらしいお人形さんですよ。
There's a cute little doll for you.
よかったでちゅね。
All our food keeps blowing up. Aw, how nice.
なんだか納得いかない。
Something about this just doesn't sit right with me.
で、最後にお社様の怒りを
No,
鎮めなくちゃ
Itake!
ならないと。
And finally, we must quell Oyashiro-sama's anger.
では最後のお役目よろしくね。
And will our last actor please come up?
踏んじばってすまきにして吊るして
Time fast, wrap him up and hang him.
3日かけて沈めるんでしたっけ？
They'll sink for 3 days, right?
面倒くさいですからここは一気にいっちゃいましょう。
I'm not that patient. Let's just get it over with.
ガボガボガボガボガボ。
これにて一件落着。
And with that, the case has been closed. The end! That's all we needed. Is we needed to throw Tomitake into the swamp.
なんでかな。突然レナの腕が光ってうなって大変なことに。
Oh no, all of a sudden this armor mine is glowing with an awesome power.
死死類類で大変なことになってますのです。
This pile of corpses is a pretty big deal. We straight up killed those guys.
あれ
Huh?
電話だ。
It's the phone.
もしもし。
Hello.
あ、ケイチくん
Oh, Keiichi-kun?
お疲れ様です。
Thanks for all your work.
おうおう、相変わらず大盛り上がりみたいじゃねえか。
Yeah, yeah. Looks like you're all having a roaring old time.
こっちは次回の台本読みで相変わらず忙しいってのに。
Yet here I am, busy with reading the scenario for the next story.
まあいいや、
Whatever.
今日の俺は機嫌がいいから嫌味はなしにしてやるぜ。
I'm in a good mood today, so I'll let you off without any teasing.
シオンはいるか？
She on there?
もう行っちまってもいいんじゃないか？
Can you put her on?
あれ、
What?
今ここで発表しちゃうんですか？
You're going to announce it here?
とはいえ、もうすでに分かってる人たちもいるでしょうけど、まあいいか。
I wanted to keep it a secret for a while longer, but okay.
シオンさんとケイチさんの二人っきりの秘密ですって？
A secret between Shion-san and Keiichi-san?
何よそれ。
What do you mean?
聞いてない。
Nobody told me about this, nobody! Calm down. Okay, Kei-chan, let's say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. The main character of the next story will be Shion Sonozaki. Huh? So we're not. Huh? What?
まあつまりはそういうことです。
Yes, so that's that.
初登場以来ダントツの人気ナンバーワン。
The one topping the popularity chart since her first appearance.
姉妹キャラでも遅れ登場した片割れの方が絶対に人気が出るってのはギャルゲー全盛時代から決められたお約束ですし。
The one topping the popularity chart since her first appearance. The late appearing younger sister of twins being popular has been the pattern of things ever since the days of TH. I don't know what that
わけ
means.
わかんねえことはどうでもいいよ。
I have no idea what that means, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, me too, man.
とにかく俺はそのシナリオでは主人公のお役ごめん。
Anyway, I've been fired from my main character post for once.
風の噂じゃ俺のボイスを超えてるとか。
The rumors are right, I might even get a portrait finally.
へっへん。
Yahoo!
俺の苦労を少しは思い。
まあケイちゃんのボイス数は異常ですから他のシナリオに入れるようになればすぐに逆転されるでしょうけど。
Well, portraits of Kei-chan would be a big wasted disk space.
まあ園崎姉妹の実力ってやつをとくと皆さんにお見せして差し上げますよ。
If it couldn't all fit on one disc, there's a pretty high chance he'd be the first one dropped.
でもいいんですの、シオンさん。
Are you okay with this, Shion-san?
主人公は毎回ろくでもない最後を迎えると決まってましたよ。
The main character always meets some terrible fate in the end. Yeah, well, so does Shion normally anyway.
まあこれまではね。
Well, until now.
でもね、 次回からは必ずしもそうはならないんですよね。
That doesn't necessarily mean it'll happen next time.
日暮の泣く頃に水も今回のたたり殺しと外伝の染め写しで一区切り。
With Tatari Goroshi, we're already at the third game in the Higurashi When They Cry series.
ミステリアスな謎を次々と提示してきた出題編はここで折り返しになり、
The first half presented a lot of strange and exciting mysteries, but starting next
次
time,
の章からはこれまでの謎に挑み、そしてさらなるドラマの幕開けとなります。
the mysteries will start to be solved in the second half, marking the start of the investigation arc. Temporary name.
つまり私が名探偵になって理不尽な謎をバスバス解決していく痛快ストーリーなわけです。
That means it'll be a thrilling story where I become a detective and solve all these crazy, unfair mysteries.
今のうちから決め台詞を考えておかないとね。
You'd all better think up good signature phrases.
あなたを犯人ですみたいな。
Like, you, sir, are the criminal.
納得いかない納得いかない。
It won't happen, never!
御三家の秘密に近づきすぎて閉じ込められていたぶられて、
You get too close to the three families' secrets, be imprisoned, and then get tormented.
悲惨な最後を遂げる役に決まってる。
You're shoo-in to meet a violent, unnatural death.
お姉こそ私に全ての謎と秘密をカンパされて謝罪の言葉を口にしながら自害なされる心の準備は OK です。
Sis, I should say the same to you. Are you mentally prepared for me to see through all your mysteries and secrets? Then have you apologize to me and commit suicide?
お社様のたたりの可能性はなしなのですか？
No chance of Oyashiro-sama's curse for me, is there?
さて、
Anyway,
そのしーちゃんが主役の目明かしに進むためには新しい警察資料が必要です。
anyway, the new story to begin the second half, temporarily called Mikashi, or Eye-Opening, is currently undergoing diligent development.
初めからを選んでゲームを開始すると主人公にシオンが追加されているので、それを選んで進めてください。
We should be able to unveil it to you all in the near future, so I hope you'll look forward to it.
鬼隠し、綿流し、そしてたたり殺し。
Onikakushi, Watanagashi, and Tatorgoroshi.
この3つのシナリオを重ね透かして皆さんにはどんな真実が見えてくるでしょうか。
What truths will you all come up with after reading these 3 stories?
推理はまとまるどころかますます煙に巻かれていくだけ。
Or you just come up with more questions instead of theories? Yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't know what's happening, man.
レナも全然わからないです。
Rena has no clue either. For all of you warriors who never yielded to these 3 mysteries and kept on fighting, we present you with one final scenario thanks for your enthusiasm, one which we never originally planned on giving to you. Please enjoy it. Huh? I love this song. Oh, that's it! What is chapter jump? Oh. This. Right. We can go anywhere. What was even in all these tips? I remember these. Remember when things were nice? Man. I don't want to... Yeah. Well, shit, man. What do I even say? We actually concluded that way faster than I expected. I thought the stream was going to be twice as long. Let's just talk, you know? Let's just theorize. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna BRB. I'm gonna lunch break. I'm gonna go make a bit of food, and then when I get back, we can discuss and theorize. So let me get my movie playing. Let me make sure that bad boy's looping. I'll be back. Okay, let's talk. I had to BRB at the very end of that. What did I miss? Well, I don't know how much. Phew, I sneezed. I don't know how much you missed. Shion is the protagonist of Chapter 5, I guess. Which, I had wondered if a protag switch was going to happen at some point. Just out of curiosity, because I'm like, if we're going into a new arc, like, what's going to shift so that we start solving mysteries and get answers in these supposed answer arcs? But we're going to be playing from the perspective of Shion? That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I saw the whole all cast review. Oh, then you didn't miss anything, because I just went and, I went and got food. Because I'm hungry. But now we can spend maybe another 15 minutes talking about theories. Because, I mean, we gotta solve this. We have all the pieces. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this on here. I'm gonna exit chapter 3. I'm going back into Onikakushi. Watch this shit, boy. That shit's not full screen. Doesn't matter. And I'm just going to scroll through the tips. Not gonna, like, read them. Unless one catches my eye. I'm gonna view them. What was the... Yeah, these first tips, huh? It's like, we don't have a uniform. Dam site, dam. Yeah, we learned a lot about the dam in Chapter 1. That was kind of a central focus of the chapter, was the dam. That's kind of the genesis of when things started to go bad, it seems. Yeah. Terminal illness. Housewife murder. What the fuck was this one? This was the last tip of the chapter. This is just him shopping. This is the last one of the chapter. What happens here? I wouldn't remember.
豚骨はうまいんだよ。大盛りだけど大味ってわけじゃないし。
Oh yeah, Rena was like stalking us, wasn't she? Presence like a shadow behind me. Footsteps other than mine. Yeah. I remember. See, interestingly, is Keiichi in chapter 1 seems to think that that's Rena behind him because Rena is scaring the shit out of him. But later on, he starts to think that that's like Satoshi. Hmm. This is... I forgot how creepy this was. What'd you see, boy? What'd you see, boy? Oh my god. Ma'am. Rat.
おや
議員バッジが2
じゃあ県議と市議のそ
面白いっすね。親戚同士で
これがずるいんですよ。片方の選挙中にはもう片方どう
よくわかんないんすけど、
事前運動にならない限り政治活動公選法くらいは
俺知能犯化は無理っす。バカですから。
Yeah, the Sonozakis are everywhere.
お見送りしてんのは
And the mayor.
副所長とうちの課長っすね。
大石さんは友達多いから聞いてるかもしれないけど、
いえ何も。
お母さんガモにはんぺん頼みます。所長んとこに議員の怒鳴り込みがあったんだ。
あれま、そうなんですか。あ、お母さん、私にもう一杯ください。
They were harassing the police chief.
ひなみ沢事件の捜査の仕方で君を指名して陳情してきたよ。
ありゃ私？はてはて。
とぼけるなよ。例のひなみ沢の過去の事件、 蒸し返して。
私、富武殺しで手一杯で、そんな余裕ないです
This is
よ。
after Tomotake's
本
death.
当に本当にそうならいいんだけどさ。
いやー、ごちそうになっちゃいました。今月は負けっぱなし。助かりました。
いや、いいよ。また馬教えて。大石さんと同じ馬を買うから。
最近はダメです。
He just horse betting.
馬の声がさっぱりですから。タクシー。ではではまた明日。良いお年を。
大石さん。
はいはい。
過去の事件は全部個別に終わってる。縦に並べるのはやめるんだよ。村の連中は半ば本気でタタリを信じてるんだから。
私だってタタリなんか信じちゃいませんよ。
大石さんは来年で退職じゃないですか。退職金でローン返してお母さんと北海道に引っ越すんじゃなかったっけ？
No, he has mom.
ばあ様がどうしても生まれの北海道に帰りたいって最後のご奉公なんです。退職金はまあすすきので楽しむことにしますな。
所長は退職時特別賞金を見直すかもってさ。
さすがインテリの若所長は言い出すことが模範的です。で、私たちの給料が血税で支払われてることを思えば、まあ時代の流れ。
僕も模範的なこととは思わないよ。でもまあ大石さん、僕としてはぜひ。
もらえるもんならそりゃ欲しいですけどね。
もらえるよ、大石さんが。
運転手さん、引き止めてすみませんね。お願いします。
Get out my face, man.
参ったな。ローン返済できるかな。
Let me see this. After this,
自
we're
分
going
で
to
喉
chapter
をか
2.
き破った出血性ショック死。爪の間に皮膚片が残っておった。間違いなく本人のものじゃわい。傷の形も一致する。
Yeah, Tomotaki clawed himself.
ええ、直接死因が自殺ってのは分かってますよ。
分かっとるわい。人為的にこういう症状が起こせんかと言っ
And
と
I'm
るんだろ。
assuming Tomitake dies the exact same way every time. And if I believe Takano did that to him, I have to imagine they tried to inject me with something in chapter 1. I'm going to say Takano injected Tomitake with whatever that substance is. Now, where that substance comes from, I don't know. Takano is a nurse, so her having access to syringes is not strange at all. But what's the drug, you know?
背中が痒くてかきすぎて血が出ちゃうのとはちょっとわけが違いますからね。
That's very ritual.
分泌物から見て、仏は極度の興奮状態にあったのは間違いないの。
では乱闘になって興奮のあまり自分の喉を引っかき出したってことですか。襲った連中さぞや度肝を抜かれたでしょうな。
実はな、大石。仏が武器にしたら
Oh
しい
yeah, he had a
角
wood
材
plank.
な。砂粒とか、ガードレールの塗装片とか、そんなのしか出んかったぞい。
星の服の繊維とか皮膚片とかは
出んかった。仏は 犯人を殴っとらん。あるいは殴った角材を星が持ち去ったのかもしれんの。
ならわざわざ角材なんて置いていきませんよ。
それもそうじゃの。
Feels like he was attacked. Nothing, you know? Which we got fake people showing up all the time in this story.
富武氏は結構体格もいいし、肌も焼けてるし。
そうだな。よく運動しとるようだの。
I forgot the detail of it. Seemed like he was harassed by people. Yeah, he's pretty built.
こんだけ体格のいい相手を取り囲んで襲う。
アホ。それは大石の方が得意だろうが。アクタル時代を思い出さんかい。
4.
だとすると、結構犯人は
And see, you know, at the time of this chapter, I hear 4, and I'm like, are the gang? Like, Rena, Mion, Rika, and Sadako? That gang of 4? No, I don't think it's them. See, Takano, Takano's so suspicious. But the motive, right? That's the blank spot. Why would she? I mean, she's a freak. She's really into the lore and history of Hinamizawa, and you know, I could see her killing someone as part of like the curse to see what would happen, because she's insane and probably believes in it fully. But like, why? And you know, she would have had to. Again, it seems like Kumatake was a built guy, and he didn't get the person attacking him at all. Which tells me either he was overpowered in numbers, or the person who got him was unaffected by whatever he was trying to do to defend himself. Which could be supernatural. I don't know. I could believe it that Takano was possessed by a demon. You know, we had a corpse disappear. Well, you know, anything else can happen.
祭りで泥酔した4人以上のグループが怪しいとなるかの。こっちもそこは重視しとる。徹底的に調べる。何しろ。過去に。
期待はしませんよ。
おいさん。
すみません。
おお。いいお年をの。
Okay. We're going to chapter 2. And we're just going to peruse around. Get me out of here! Chapter 2. Feel like we are Uishi? Yeah, we are. We're solving mysteries, man. Alright, chapter 2. I'm Kuma. This reveals Kuma knows everything. Few tips. Yeah, remember when it was a question of if Shion was even a person? Delinquent 3. I remember this. Any,
で俺たちが逮捕されなきゃなんねんだろうが。
any of the tips that are like from Uishi's perspective, I find really interesting because that guy is trying to solve this. So getting into his mind, I think, is useful.
すっとらってんじゃねえ。話さんけこれ。
クマちゃん、腕を離してあげていいですよ。さあさあさあ、どうぞおかげになって。
Dude, with these three delinquents, what was their deal? I forgot.
別に逮捕した。クマちゃん、冷蔵庫から冷たいのだ。お兄さんたちは泡の、飲まないなら私、勤務中に飲むビールが一番美味しいですね。お兄さんたちはどっから来たんです？お兄さんたち大学生？お友達同士？バイクか何かで旅行？羨ましいな。
They came at Keiichi when was happy over Mion and knocked over their bikes. Oh, yeah.
家は近く、大阪。
んなのどこでもいいだろ。
まあまあ、そうすごまないで。あのままいたら、お兄さん方だってやばかったでしょ。
Oh, yeah, all of the fucking locals surrounded these punks.
ここいらの人間ならどんな間違いがあってもひなみ沢の人間には手出ししないですよ。あそこの連中、子供の喧嘩に親は出てくるな。いやほんと、脅しでも何でもなく。ここいらじゃねえ。ひなみ沢の人間に睨ま、もう、お兄さん方、行方不明になった蒸発扱いですよ。お兄さん方、バイク？
Okay.
その場で飲酒取るぞ、こら。警察が税金使って兄さん方のバイクを運びして死んぜよって言ってんだよ。ごちゃごちゃ言わねえで、ナンバー言えってんだ。クマちゃん、ゲート車にどこに、ナンバー
なんだよ。俺たちが何かしたかよ。
I remembered what all that was about. I mean, maybe I missed something important there, but... To investigate, man. From the scrapbook. What the fuck is from this? Late night phone call?
"夜分遅くに失礼いたします。はい、いえ、そのこんな時間にうちのおじいちゃんがですよ。それではごめんください。
どうだい？
参ったな。
囲碁の人の家は全部電話したんでしょ？
はい、君吉です。
園崎です。村長さんは見つかりましたか？
Oh yeah, the mayor went missing.
ミオンちゃんか。見つからない。どこで油を。
こっちでも心当たりにいろいろと問い合わせました。
Chapter 2 had a lot of shit
バッ
happen,
チャに
man.
も相談したんですが、綿流しの直後ですから、それでも見つからないなら、見つかる見つからないは別にして。
おりょうさんが。
はい。直接声を聞かないと信用できないなら。
いえ、青年団は集め、それで見つからなければよ。
青年団の連絡もよろしくお願いしますね。
ありがとう。
ええ。では。
So strange. So strange. So many of these. Kimiyoshi, that's the mayor, isn't he? That's the mayor's family. God, this is all about Japanese characters. I don't know, man. Song comes from those who slice open the gut. But that probably means something, considering Rika had her guts opened. Yeah, I mean, considering Mion was doing shit. Chapter 2, I imagined it at the time, and I imagine it now, that Mion or some Sonosaki was involved with what happened to Rika in Chapter 3. But why? But why? You know, there's so much why. The Yosha family's not important at all, it feels. Rikishi has gone to say the why is the most important part. It sure is, man. You see, Takano's death really feels like it considering she's found in the middle of the mountains, burned to death in an oil drum, it feels like a fucking mob hit, right? It really feels like she snooped too much and they got her, right? So I can believe that Takano's death is the Sonosaki's got her. She was snooping too much. Who knows? It could also be Oyashiro-sama's curse and, you know, messing with the storehouse and all that. Or it could be, you know, Keiichi cursed her. But that doesn't explain chapter 2 unless the curse is cross-chapter. And when he did that, he cursed her in all universes. Maybe that's what happened. You know, maybe all the chapters are happening simultaneously in parallel universes. And when he cursed Takano in chapter 3, she was fucked in every universe. I don't know. I don't know, bud. I really don't know. I want to read more of these from Takano's notes, because we get a fuck ton from her. Yeah, the ritual implements. Skip. Play the sound effect. I don't like that sound effect. Oh yeah, for they would devour them in a feast. Hmm. 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 Do you think Takano is a trustworthy source? That's such a good question, man. I don't know. Here's the deal. I think she's nuts. I think she's a crazy person. But I think she does do her research, and when she's talking about history, I believe her. Like, I think that she is an insane person who would absolutely, I would not be surprised. In fact, I think it's likely that she had something to do with whatever happened to poor Tomitake-san. But I think that she is actually doing her research. And so I think when she talks about these historical events and is theorizing, I think she can be trustworthy there. Because she does seem very deeply interested in the history of Hinamizawa and the Watanagashi, and I think that she would not bullshit about that in her notes. But she is crazy. But I think what I really want is I really want an explanation for each death that happens, right? Like, if I can answer those questions, then that would be really nice. Because, because I feel like Tomitake, I really don't have a good answer besides, Oishiro-sama's curse, But that's assuming it's real. Which, I keep going, like, I believe in it. I believe in it. Supernatural things are real. And I do believe there's something supernatural in the story. But I don't think that because there is a supernatural element, that means everything I don't understand is supernatural. I don't want to go there. That's a bad assumption to make. It's just because I don't understand something, that doesn't mean I should go to the supernatural or fantastical as the answer. Because that may not necessarily be true. Because Takano's death, I feel like, is one where I can look at that and see the Sonozaki family basically seems like a mob of a kind. They own lots of businesses. They're very powerful in Hinamizawa. Like, it feels like a mafia type of thing. They absolutely kill people. And I could see Takano is doing lots of deep research, and they get her. They bring her out into the middle of the mountains, stuff her in a barrel, and light her on fire, and take care of her that way. But then that opens the questions of, well, hey, that's supposedly she's dead in that barrel before the events of the Watanagashi. So that raises the question, what the fuck, who the fuck were we talking to on the night of the Watanagashi? I'm leaning towards a spirit. A spirit of some kind. But I don't know. And then in chapter 3, she's got, Tomitake's bike, and that made me think, oh, she killed that man. She absolutely killed that man. And I do still believe that. But why would she do that? And why? Because the way his body is found is just on that one street corner. And he's like clawed his throat out. And he's covered in bruises, like he got in a fight. But he fought back with this plank, and yet that plank's got nothing on it. He didn't hit a single thing besides, like, it looks like, I mean, to me, it reminds me of when Keiichi freaks out in the doorway when he hears the footsteps behind him and he thinks he's got someone behind him. And he he, sorry, I can't think. He, like, freaks out and swings the bat. Which we weren't injected with anything. And neither necessarily was Tamatake, I think we just assumed that. But I think... I don't know, I could believe that the Tomitake that we talked to from the Night of the Watsunagashi is some sort of demon, and that demon gets poor Tomitake, and that's why there's no trace. Is that that's one of those demons that can just straight up, does its thing, it's not really physical, and then just disappears. And I think that could also be what was going on with Sadako's uncle. Or even me in Chapter 3 with how there was another Keiichi. But I don't know. Skip. Twins are born, they had to be culled. Hang on, tattoo on the back. Tepe has a big tattoo on his back. Hey, Tepe, do you got secrets? I assumed it was like sort of a... just, a gangster or Yakuza type thing. Because, they're tattooed the fuck up, especially on their backs, aren't they? But... a big tattoo on the back. Pepe had one of those. It wasn't of a demon though. It was a what was it? I want to say a tiger, but I don't know if my mind is filling that in. I forgot about that tattoo thing. Where Mion supposedly would have a big tattoo on her back. That's significant? It feels like it would be. So that's a notable detail. Maybe the Hojos are more. The Hojo family seems to be given a great importance, right? Because poor Sadako, it feels like she's the center of a lot. I mean, especially in Chapter 3, because that chapter focuses a lot on her. But even just in general, like, she has easily lost the most people compared to anyone else. Like, two of the 5, like, years, it was her family. She lost her parents, then her aunt and Satoshi, and then, in Chapter 3, we do or do not kill her uncle. So it always feels like the Hojos are very important for a family that is not part of the 3 families. But maybe there is a link there. Like, maybe Tepe is in some way related to, the Sonozakis. I have no clue. What does this one say? Did we do this one? Oh, yes, we did. Skip! Did we do IX or did we do XI? I think we did XI. What's this one? There are different views on why the successor was not her daughter, but her granddaughter Mia. It's rumored that has to do with the disownment of her daughter and son-in-law. Son-in-law. Was Tepe with Mion's mom? No. No. Because maybe he got into the family that way. But then would you get the tattoo? Because that's like a thing that the heir is supposed to get, yeah? Why would he have that? Unless it was just for the aura. He was like, yeah. No, maybe I'm overthinking it. And that'd be... No, I read this one. God damn it, I keep clicking into ones I've read already. Man. We know very little about Oryu, or Oryo, the, Mion's grandma. We know very little about her, considering how important she seems to be. You know? Hmm. Oh, yes, this one. She loves to talk about the implements, doesn't she? It's from the scrapbook, too! Sacrifice would sink slowly over the course of 3 days and 3 nights. How many days does each chapter take place over? According to this chapter, she died at some point? Yeah. Which is interesting. You know, and then there's all that stuff in chapter 3 where we find out that Rika may be like the reincarnation or something of Oyashiro. I don't know, man. That's cool. I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't care about the implements. Yeah, she's planning about going to the storehouse, which I'm going to assume that she does every chapter, even if we don't see it. I played this one. we do VI? See, I'm losing track of which ones we did. Oh, very interesting. Man. Let's look at the very last tip of the chapter. I feel like those are always significant.
あんりゃ、クラちゃん、あんたが一番。
じゃあお母さん、すみませんね。
おいさん。
なんだ、みんな真面目に待ってたんですか？皆さん。
うっす。
状況は神場所長が園崎系議員の検事中に高野殺しは岐阜県警に譲り、村長たちの失踪は行方不明。請求した令状もすべて却下されました。課長からいやいや困ったもん。ちなみに私には来週から警視庁への研修命令が出る。いや、そういうのも悪くないですね。いつもそうですが、事件と車のキーの閉じ込めは車なら修理業者を呼んで、事件なら熊ちゃん図面を。私もずーっとこの商売をやって、退職金が欲しい方は私が10数える間に席を。9。皆さんご家族はも各自手元の資料を確認。熊ちゃんは指揮者で対、非常時は私に小宮山君は突入 A 班、監視班は1から8、ぼんち君はタイムテ書に怪しまれない。さて、待機中の班ゲストのエスコート役は私がやります。
落ちるっすかね。
私の見たところじゃ
It's all very interesting. Man. That's all I gotta say is, man. What is this one? I'm gonna view this one, and that's gonna be it for the night.
いえいえ、
まだ
気にしないでください。なぜか年計のガソリンだから遠慮しないでもう一杯飲んでいけばいいのに。クマちゃんも勉強しといてくださいよ。謙虚。
さっきの話。
さて、それはわからないですけどね。
そんなのが村長を狙う動機になる。
クマちゃん、いつも言ってるでしょ。価値観の違いをよく考えなくちゃ。あ、お母さん、もう一杯ください。クマちゃんは見たことありませんか？私はずいぶん前に何かのようで行った時に見たことをよく覚えてますよ。
すみません。ちょっと思い出せないっす。
そりゃもうおっかないくらいに厳重に施錠してありましてね。重そうな缶抜きでどっかりと塞がれていて、まるで大金庫みたいに厳重な蔵だったんですよ。
Yeah, got the mayor replaced the lock.
だから村長とフルでリカも同罪ってことなんですか？
They sure did get her.
その可能性、ひなみ沢を巡回している覆面者フルデ神社近辺に張り付け。
了解っす。
But then they got Sadako. I just said they. It was Mion. Maybe Demon Mion. I don't know. Hmm. Okay. Well, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna keep it real with you, gang. I've got just theories, but nothing confident. Nothing confident at all. I got reminded of some things, and I feel like I know more than I did going in. You know, because I got reminded of some things. I think the fact that I got reminded of, hey, Sonozaki House heirs have a tattoo on their back, and apparently Tepe had one. That's interesting. And we know that Tepe, he had a mistress of some sort, and we know that we learned, well, not learned, this would have been known, but I forgot that Oreo, Mion's grandma, you know, she had a daughter, which I don't think they say it, but I'm just going to assume Mion's mother is estranged from the family. And because of her relationship with some son-in-law, which could be Tepe, but why would Tepe have the tattoo? When I thought that said that that was solely for the heir. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know at all. I only have one more question arc trap so that could give us some clues. It's true. But I'm gonna end it here. For the thumbnail, just give me some characters smiling and the Angel Mort CG. And I'll just put him on there having a good time. But that'll be it for tonight. Catch your chumps next time.